South Africa's stirring upset books a Canada showdown, and South Korea bench Son Heung-min and are left stunned. That headline tells you everything you need to know about just how wild Wednesday night got in Monterrey, Mexico. So let's break it down. South Africa came into their final Group A match at the bottom of the table. They needed a result, and they got a 1-0 victory over South Korea at Estadio BBVA that sent them into the knockout stage of the World Cup for the very first time in their history. The goal came in the 63rd minute from Thapelo Masiko, who had been a thorn in South Korea's side all night long. But before we even get to the match itself, we have to talk about the decision that had everyone doing a double take before kickoff. South Korea's manager Hong Myung-bo left Son Heung-min on the bench. Son Heung-min, the captain, the country's all-time appearance leader with 146 caps, their second all-time top scorer, and by far the most recognizable name on that squad. If you walked around the stadium beforehand, the Heung-min 7 shirt was everywhere. And yet, there he was, not in the starting 11. Hong apparently made that call for tactical reasons. Son had shown no signs of injury, he even came out to warm up and got a huge reception from the crowd. But the LAFC forward hasn't scored in MLS this season across 13 appearances, and his last World Cup goal dates all the way back to 2018. There have been questions about whether he's being played in the right position. So maybe Hong was trying to shake things up after a narrow win over the Czech Republic and a flat loss to Mexico. Bold call. Enormous stakes. And here's what made it worse for South Korea. On paper, they should have been fine. They have players across the world's top leagues. South Africa? Only 7 of their 26-man squad play outside the country. But from the first whistle, it was Bafana who looked sharper and more dangerous. Masiko kept finding space down the flanks, forcing saves, drawing blocks. South Africa had 3 shots on target in the first half. South Korea had none. The boos from the crowd at halftime said it all. Then came the strangest sequence of events you'll see at a World Cup. Word spread inside the stadium that Mexico had scored in their match in Mexico City. The crowd went wild, Mexicans celebrating, South Koreans celebrating too, because Mexico going ahead made South Korea's path to second place easier. The stadium announcer even played a little airport-style chime and showed the Mexican goal replay on the big screen. Pure chaos. Pure joy for everyone except South Africa. And then a second Mexican goal was announced. More celebrations. More delirium. And right in the middle of all of it, Masiko took full advantage of a distracted South Korean defense, brought the ball onto his left foot, and fired past the goalkeeper. Chance of Mexico turned into Korea, and then CSE Pueda. Just an absolutely surreal atmosphere. South Korea were suddenly in third place and needed to score. Son came on, but the equalizer never came. South Africa now face co-hosts Canada in Los Angeles in the round of 32, the first fully confirmed knockout matchup of this tournament. And Canada won't know quite what to expect. South Africa struggled against Mexico in their opener, scraped a late point against the Czech Republic, but this was a completely different performance, disciplined, dangerous on the counter, and with a clear plan that they executed to perfection. They'll also get their key midfielder Teboho Makona back after a yellow card suspension, a player who could control the tempo of a game if given the space to do so. As for South Korea, they're not eliminated, but they're in trouble, sitting third in Group A with 2 straight defeats. The Athletics prediction model puts an 89% chance they face the Group G leader in their next match, currently Egypt. That outcome depends on results still to come. But tonight belonged entirely to South Africa, and to Thapelo Masiko, who scored one of the more unlikely and memorable World Cup goals in recent memory right in the middle of a stadium celebrating someone else entirely. That's the story from Monterrey, South Africa, against all the odds, are through.